Hey preppers, Homestead Prepper, and I just want to talk a little bit about survival groups, and maybe you're thinking about joining one, or maybe you're thinking about starting one. And a lot of people, I don't need to go over the benefits of a survival group and the skill sets that you need, but something that is also very important that people aren't talking about is that you need to find people who are of good, decent, moral, honorable character, conscientious, and dependable. Now, I'm not really affiliated with a survival group right now. I do have one other family that is prepping, and they are rock solid dependable. Right now, if I were to call them, they would drop what they're doing, they would come over here and they would help me out. And same thing with them. If they had an issue, I would drop what I was doing and I would go and help them out the best I could. And that's the type of people you want in your group. Having a good skill set, you could meet someone who is an emergency room doctor and has combat experience, and they know all the trades, and they know a lot of stuff. But if you have an incursion at your retreat location and someone gets hurt and you call them up and they don't respond to the radio, or they're busy with some girl, they got something that's more important to them, it's not really going to help your group out. And that dependability can be priceless in a situation like that. So I know a lot of y'all are saying, well, how do I find good quality people? How do I find people like that? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Of course, anyone can be duped or deceived. But basically, if you just hang around the people that you're interested in letting in your group or joining your group or whatever, if you just listen to what they say and watch what they do, they will tell you everything about themselves. Now, I have a tendency to want to see the good in people, and I kind of overlook the bad, or I used to. I don't do that anymore. I try to look at the whole person and size them up by listening to what they say. Like, for example, I've worked with some people who would probably be awesome in a survival situation, but they steal from the company. So, if you're going to let a thief in your survival group, and then, you need something, you think they're not going to steal from you? Of course they are. Another tell is if you talk to people and, they talk about how they screwed somebody over or they took advantage of people, well, they're going to do the same. They're telling you the inner part of themselves. That's what they're doing, if you'll just listen to it. So somebody like that, I wouldn't let in my group. And, you may find the perfect person or perfect people to be in your group, and a couple with family and stuff like that, and then the crap hits the fan and they bring some relative over there who happens to be a crackhead. And, you didn't interview him, they just brought him, you don't know anything about him, and then he starts stealing stuff out of your supplies, and maybe you steal some antibiotics, and you have someone who gets hurt and needs them, and they're not there because they sold them for crack. So you need to look at everybody in the family or who could potentially join them in the group. Another thing is you're not going to find perfect people. Anybody who I talk to and they tell me how perfect and wonderful they are and they know everything, I have to call you a liar to your face, because I don't know anybody like that. Not for real, anyway. So listen to what people say. Also, you're not going to find, like I said, you're not going to find perfect people. Now, I happen to know a guy who is was in the Special Forces, Green Beret, jungle expert, and has combat experience in Vietnam. Is he dependable? Yes. He shows up for work every day. Is he of good, moral, and honorable character? Yes. Yes, he is. He's great. And he has a lot of knowledge. And as a matter of fact, he also does electrical, carpentry, and roofing. He has a skill set that most people could never get or never attain. And he would make a fine addition to as a tactical coordinator of a survival group. Now, his downside is he has a drinking problem. Would I accept him into my group? I sure would, because everybody would benefit and you could learn a lot from him. And if you had an incursion, would he if you had an incursion on your retreat property, would he show up? Yeah, he sure would. He'd be there. Now, he might be a little tipsy, but see, there again, you know, you're not going to find perfect people. That's just not going to happen. There's always give and take. I mean, you know, that's like a vehicle. You might find a vehicle that has a lot of power and it's dependable, but it uses a lot of fuel. It costs you a lot of money to run it. So anyway, it's just some things I wanted to run by you. And also, if you're thinking about joining an established survival group, you know, maybe someone in your area has good financial backing and they're looking for people, and you want to join. You need to look at those people too, because they might have requirements that say, oh well, the requirements are you got to have 2 shipping containers, one full of food and one full of building materials and automotive and diesel parts and stuff like that, nail screws, rope, whatever. And you got to have them shipped over there to their property. That's the rules. And you do that, and you go through that expense, and then when the crap hits the fan, you drive a couple hundred miles to this retreat location, and then you're not allowed in there because this guy had family members or stuff show up, and he's not an honorable character, and he screwed you out of your stuff. So it goes both ways. So I just wanted to put that out there, and if y'all have any comments or anything you can add to this, I would greatly appreciate it. Homestead Prepper out.